Well, Pete and I grew up in different parts of Aotearoa, New Zealand. I was in the far north, a place called Kirikiri, and he's from Tauranga.
So I went through Opties, P's, Starlings, kind of the traditional like New Zealand boats.
We'd raced against each other, like 13 years old to 16, and then Pete went off, raced at the Olympic Games in the 470.
And then got into a 470 and actually made it to my first Olympics relatively young. I was 17.
I was probably 19 years old, I think. I just had a dream to go to the Olympic Games and represent New Zealand.
Kind of all started from there.
That's how it all started.
There was absolutely no one sailing a 49er in New Zealand, and personally I really enjoyed that high performance sailing. Jumped in the water that summer and just started building up, and pretty interesting to look back on like how far off we were.
First few sailing sessions were more like swimming lessons. We capsized a lot. I think probably both instantly realised that each other were really driven to try and be better, and that's probably what our whole partnership's been built on.
Sailing together, we had such a big hill to climb to get to anywhere near the performance we wanted to be.
We basically set our goal of going to London and trying to win a medal for our country.
Obviously they were very successful in their own right, but when they paired up together they really started to do some special sailing. Phenomenal record of results there, and that's just led them into an amazing partnership.
It was really the campaign to Rio that cemented our partnership. That run we went on unbeaten. That was, I think, where our careers really accelerated, and a lot of what we've built now it has come from.
Great to see them take on the SailGP circuit, and it's a big challenge for them because it's not just the sailing, they're sort of really having a crack at forming their own team, so there's a lot more to it than just what you see on the water.
The arrival of Burling Tuke has been the most anticipated of Season 2. They've arrived with a new playbook for their manoeuvres, but it's proving inconsistent for now. When things click, they're going to get going.
I think a lot of people thought that we would be at the front straight away, but I think people were probably a little bit naive at that stage, or how hard that challenge would be.
Looking back and it gone down the wrong pathway on a couple of things with how we're sailing the boat.
We're halfway through the season and here we've got New Zealand again at the back of the fleet. They're finishing second to last.
So we've always kind of just been able to, I suppose, build from the tricky situations, and then if you're enjoying the journey, it kind of makes life so much easier when you have a bad result to be able to bounce back and try and figure out how to improve from there.
Just how the team's gone about trying to get better, that drive to always want to be better is, it's inspiring to be around. It's a great group of people we have. Once we got into SailG proper was that back end of Season 2. It's been amazing what the team's been able to achieve, both on and off the water.
Congratulations, New Zealand SailGP, for taking the top spot, followed by Great Britain and Australia.
We made some big breakthroughs with how we were sailing the boat. We tweaked a couple of things which really helped out.
And to get our first, I suppose, win on the board in Plymouth was super exciting.
Welcome to the show, New Zealand SailGP. The Kiwis take the win in Plymouth.
Yeah, I think what's special about Pete and Blair's relationship is they're fiercely competitive, and they have some very robust discussions and arguments at times as they're trying to solve problems.
Really love our sport. I love everything about it, and to see SailGP trying to get a consistent, high-performing race on a schedule that you can actually grow the sport with is something that's incredibly exciting.
Like, we all love the sport and we love what we're doing, but he's kind of another level again. He's just passionate about getting out every day, and if we'd had a rough day on the water, he'd rather just stay out there and keep going and going and going. Got an incredible drive and desire to get better. And it sounds kind of cliche, but you just see it in the way he attacks the sport.
The Kiwis have been together for a long time, and no doubt that is to their strength. To get to this point, Pete and Blair have put a lot of trust in their crew.
I think the partnership that Pete and I have formed over the last 15 years is obviously a pretty special one. I think how we've managed to adapt our partnership through that time has probably been the thing that's set us up for success, but also having good people around us.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see that, I suppose, not just a partnership of me and Blair, but slightly wider than that, of Andy and Josh.
Andy and Josh have been with us for pretty much 10 years. You know, what we've been able to achieve together has been pretty awesome.
He's really a people person. He loves the team aspect. He loves always trying to make that better. Pete's probably a bit more focused and structured, and Blair's a bit of a more happy-go-lucky sort of approach, and that combo seems to be a pretty nice balance.
It's SailGP Season 3 Grand Final. $1 million is up for grabs. Winner takes all.
Yeah, looking back on that first finals, how we got incredibly close to being the first team to take Tommy down and the Australians down, and it was amazing to see the way the team dug deep. And I think we can look back on Season 3 with incredible amount of positives.
At times, our partnership's racing focused and trying to be the best athletes we can and the best team we can. And then at other times you're in a meeting trying to, talk about how we're going to grow the brand of, our SailGP team.
The team's come so far since the start in Season 2, but also that, I suppose, fire's still there to try and learn and improve, and feel like we're on the quickest learning curve out of anyone in the league that season. I think it's something that's got us pretty fired up for this season.